Alright, so today we are going to take a look at the Illinois River in both the Ottawa and Morris areas. It can be a popular pick for paddling because it's kind of over by the Starved Rock area, so a lot of people think about paddling there. I've done it a couple of times and just wanted to outline a couple of different trips that you can take here. So first I'll do my Starved Rock trip. That one I basically start in Ottawa and circle back to it, so both the start and the end point are the same, and you're just going downriver and then back upriver again. Normally you don't want to go upriver second. You want to do the upriver stuff first because of the current and you'll be tired by the end. But typically the Illinois River has a slower moving current, and so it's not too much of a problem to paddle upriver. So for starters, my launch point's going to be right here in Ottawa. There's a nice boat launch right here, and you can park your cars overnight in one of these spots. So that's what I do. So we'll use that as the starting point, and then basically just start kind of working our way downriver. Now it is a bigger, wider river. There are barges that come through here. Like for example, down here by Head Island, there's a barge that showed up on the satellite feed there. So there's barges that go through here. There's a lot of speedboat traffic that goes through here, so you got to be careful. It's also a bigger and deeper river, so you got to kind of watch out for stuff like that. Over here we've got some more barges parked off to the side, but basically you start moving down, you pass Mayo Island and get about 2.5 miles out, and then you come out here. Let me zoom it out so you can see better. So right here the river actually splits in two, and then you've got a big island over here, chain of islands actually. So you can go straight through here, and I will paddle all the way down to Starved Rock, which I'm making this go pretty quick, but we're at about 7 miles already. So you can actually paddle all the way down to by where the dam is at Starved Rock. Obviously don't get too close to the dam, but there's a lot of rock formations along the south side of the river right here, so you can actually paddle by and see most of that, and it's about an 8-mile one-way trip. So then circling back, I'll just kind of come back the way I came, head back upriver, pass through this little chain of islands right here. And then what I like doing is if you actually go north on the way back, you can see Buffalo Rock State Park. There's actually a second line of rocks that lines the river right here too, so that's basically a second scenic overlook. But so I'll move back up here. I have done overnight camping trips on Sheenan Island right here. There's a few decent spots for camping right here by the S, right over here by the LAN, and then 1 or 2 spots up on the edge right here as well too. But it's fairly open for leave no trace camping, so you can do that. And basically you just circle back and kind of make your way back up river here. And then you get back to Ottawa. So overall it's about a 16-17 mile trip. Go see Starved Rock and back. It's kind of a long trip to do in one day because there is not much current, but you can do it if you really want to push it, but usually I just paddle about halfway through and then come back. So that's my trip to Ottawa and back. So let me clear my distance chart here, and then we will move on. Alright, so moving along now. So the Illinois River's big and long, but the problem is there are a bunch of different dams that are very difficult to portage through. As I'm moving upriver here, you can see this one's got 2 dams, both of which are tough to get through. They've got a lock that allows the barges to go through, but I've never been able to get them to let me through as a kayak, so I've just always had to wind up portaging around them, and it gets real annoying. So that's basically why I don't do longer trips on the Illinois River. But moving forward here, my second favorite trip on the Illinois will actually start up here in Morris at Stratton State Park. You can park overnight there if you want, but I'll zoom out just so you can kind of see where that is. But so now, one of my favorite shorter camping trips that I'll do on the Illinois River is you start in Morris and you start paddling upriver. About 2 miles in, you get to where Heideke Lake is. You just kind of keep following it up here. You can't really see much of the lake from the river, but there's a bit of a man-made dam that kind of separates the two, so you can hear there's speedboats on the other side, and you can kind of mark it with these power lines, but yeah, you basically just kind of keep heading up, and then eventually you'll pass it. And just keep heading north, and eventually you run into this bridge, and then finally you end up right here at Dresden Island. So Dresden Island is basically an island that's kind of connected to the dam here. There's a very nice beach here, and a nice beach up on the north side of the river as well too. That's very well suited for fishing and camping. So if you want to do kind of a short 7.5-mile trip one way, you can paddle up to it in the afternoon one day and then come back the next morning and have it not be a super long trip or day. Plus, your car just stays parked in Morris, so you don't have to worry about staging cars in the beginning or the end trying to get back and forth. So those are my 2 favorite trips. The last thing that I'll show you now is if you kind of take a look down here, this is where Dresden nuclear plant is, so it's not very close to where the island is, but a lot of people ask, hey, where is that? That's basically right over here. So enjoy your time on the Illinois River, and stay safe.